Hannah, why are you out of breath, Hannah?
Because I just went to see the Tesco man.
You saw the Tesco man?
Yeah, I saw the Tesco man. He was at the door.
What was he doing at the door?
Giving me my shopping, James. Why does everyone think everything I do is rude?
And did you ask him if he supports Spurs?
No, I asked him what football team he supports.
You were talking about rude things. I'm just going through Jess is at Instagram story, and she's currently got a pair of kangaroo bollocks on a keyring.
What a woman.
And it's still bigger than yours. Fuck's sake.
And who does he support, sorry?
He supports Arsenal.
And what did you tell him?
I said fuck off when I gave him 14 substitutions.
14 substitutions. Is there a joke in there somewhere?
No, it's just what I did.
Oh.
Why did you give him the substitutions? Didn't they give you the substitutions?
No. Things I didn't
Isn't
want.
that how it works?
No, that's what I gave him. I gave him them back. Just
sorry.
Just here to cause a nuisance. Oh my god, you actually sent that as well.
Yeah, I wanted you all to see.
They're definitely bigger than yours.
Probably.
Oh, I think
furrier.
We'll retweet it. So, welcome to Hotspur Way, Season 1, Episode 26. Hannah, we've got a question from Paris in Limassol.
Fuck's sake.
I'll read it to you as he sent it in to me. And he's a mate. Instead of 2 girls, 1 cup, it's leaked that 2 members of the Spurs squad reenacted this out after having one too many over New Year's Eve. Hannah, which 2 players do you believe took part? Which Spurs branded mug did they use? And what did they get up to?
What a question.
Let's let that land for a second, shall we?
Let that sink in.
Wow, okay.
To the mug.
Well, I don't know, like, if you listen to this podcast, you've probably seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup, right? And if you're on this podcast, you definitely have seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup. So what they got up to, I think, is fairly obvious, no? No?
You tell us. I mean, this is an adult Tottenham Hotspur
eating
podcast.
Chocolate ice cream, weren't they?
Right, and who was eating chocolate ice cream?
Well, hang on, wait. So, Spurs branded mug. Why can I hear myself?
Yeah, why are you echoing?
Oh, it's Little James.
Robot James.
Baz. Are you back now?
I've muted him, by the way. He's just... Oh, he's muted himself. Yeah, he's trying to sort himself out. That's what happens when you have kids on the pod. Right, yeah, sorry. So where were we?
Where were we? What mug? There's a mug in the Spurs shop, right? And it says "Eat, Sleep, Drink Spurs." So I think
that's very apt,
right? They're literally consuming DNA, so I'd say that's a safe bet. And which players do you believe took part?
I don't. I mean, this is your party.
So I don't know if you guys have seen Emerson and Porro dancing. Have you seen that?
No.
Basically,
I've seen Emerson dancing. I mean, he does a video after every game.
You've not seen Porro dancing?
I've not seen Porro dancing.
Oh, I think I have, yeah. Carly shares that video constantly.
She does. A woman with taste. But basically, they both have hips. They both have hips like Mr. Whippy Machine.
Shakira hips.
I'm going to say Emerson and Porro.
Cool.
Yeah?
Are they just the ones you prefer to be shitting in your house, or...?
I mean, yeah. Let's go with that. He wants to lay some carpet in my house, that's fine.
So what have you guys been up to? We know what Hannah's been up to. Toj, yeah. Well, I mean, actually, we'll get to the Bournemouth walk of shame in a bit.
No.
Toj, what have you been up to, mate?
Nothing devious like Hannah. I'm a sane individual. I've been spending time with family and bullying Hannah at the same time, so time well spent, really.
I think we've all been doing that, so you've done nothing other than what we've all been doing.
What, bullying Hannah?
No, I've been living my Tory lifestyle to the full.
It's a very Ricky Sack situation, isn't it? It's very copy and paste on this. We all know we've done the same thing here.
Oh, going for his neck.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Josh, over to you, mate.
Like I said, like James has said, basically the same thing. It's been spending time with family. Didn't go to the Spurs game, unfortunately, because
you don't go to any. You've just got a season ticket.
I know. I'm honestly I'm taking a seat up and not even using it. I've got my own seat that's been not sat in. To be fair, next game I'm going to. Yeah, I know that's what it is. No one else can go. It's my seat. But to be fair, I'm going to the Wolves. Hannah's going to be there as well, aren't you?
I'm going with you. Can you say it like that?
Yeah, we're going together, aren't we?
We're going together, yeah.
It's going to be so cute.
It is. And we're going to make a TikTok.
But no one can wait for that. It is going to be the highlight of the season.
And it's going to be the first Hotspur Way TikTok post, right? I think.
Oh, God.
It is, right?
Pressure.
I know.
That's like a little announcement there, that is.
There's no such thing as pressure.
Yeah, but we've got to wait till the 17th of February.
I know. We need to get Fabrizio Romano, here we go on it.
Yeah.
Just get him involved.
All right, so
send a tweet.
Let's talk about the Bournemouth game, and then we'll get on to the Walk of Shame. So, on the last pod, all of you were like, "Oh, we're going to lose 4-1 and 2-1," and I was like, "I don't." It was.
You kept the faith.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even faith. It was the fact.
Did you say we were going to win?
Yeah, I can't remember what. I said 3-2.
He says 3-2 to every game.
No, I don't. At most, but it was the fact that where they are on the table. I know that they've been on form recently, and they've got a really good manager, right? But the thing is, their players aren't that great. Not yet. It doesn't matter how great a manager is. Do you know what I mean? Who's doing the ASMR typing again? Who's doing this?
Not me.
I was literally typing. It may have been me. It was nice typing though, wasn't it?
It was. It's very nice. Yeah, as long as you don't have a mechanical keyboard. And so for me, it was like I was pretty sure that we were going to win, and it wasn't just you lot that were like naysayers. It was a lot of people, like most actually. And we started off well, and then they came into the game. But you know what? We were just too good for them. What are your thoughts on the game, James? Let's go over to you, mate.
Yeah, I thought I had a bit of a pattern of the last two games. It was good start, good start, and then we just sort of let them back, just open the door, said, "Come on, then. Here's my missus. Have a shot." They had 24 of them shots. Only one of them went in, which was, fairly fortunate and a bit reflective, like you mentioned, on the quality of the squad.
24 shots at goal, or just
24 shots. 24 total shots.
Yeah, I know, but that's like walking into a nightclub and just eyeing up girls. I mean, it's different if you go over and talk to them. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Anyway, anyone can shoot.
Don't ask Josh about that.
I wouldn't.
No, I'm a bit like
probably not allowed.
If you saw Darwin Núñez the other night, that's what I'm like.
Josh doesn't even get to the club. He's playing fucking Romans all night.
Did you just compare yourself to Núñez?
He calls it. It's so funny that he calls it Romans.
I know it really rattles me. He calls it Romans as well. I try so hard not to bite every time.
Oh, good.
Can we just talk about Romans?
One day I will get you.
It's fucking virgin game. I can't
James, we'll get back to you in a minute. So what happens is Josh hooked me into Rome Total War, and I downloaded it. What was it, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago? I think.
Something like that.
Had sex.
Yeah. And yesterday, my in-laws are here. What do you expect?
This game came out in 2004, by the way. That's how old it is.
You were one, weren't you, when that came out?
No, you were even born then.
No, he was 3, wasn't he?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I downloaded it a week ago, and finally yesterday I got to play it. And what I realised was I spent 17 minutes playing the game and 47 minutes trying to figure out how to play it. And I'm still none the wiser. I don't know how to attack anyone or kill anyone or be a dictator. But back to the game.
Marine.
Oh, it's rubbish, right? So so back to the game. I haven't actually seen any of the stats. It's really bad podcasting. So it was just do some.
I've got them all here.
Yeah, go on then. Start reading them out. Are they interesting?
You know what? It was a pretty... Possession was 50-50, but possession is a bit of a fuck all stat. XG, we did beat them 2.3 to 1.6. But again, total shots, they're 24 to our 12. On the face of it, we had better chances and bigger chances in the quality of the players and the play. But again, we were just conceding far too many chances for my liking. I know we've got a makeshift, quartet at the back, but yeah, we rode our luck, and that's kind of what we've got to do in a game like that.
Right. So XG, I know you all know what it is. Do you know how they work it out?
Yeah,
it's done literally. It's like angles and everything, isn't it? So it's likelihood of the goal being scored or something in it.
And who works it out?
There's a load of different models.
Oh, so there's not one standard?
No, different companies or Stackspace will have a slightly different model, but it's all, they'll like gather and map like thousands of shots from say the past decade, and they'll measure like the likeness of each shot from each position, from each angle, from each pass to go in.
So you know how everyone's talking about Arsenal? So you know how everyone's talking about Arsenal right now and how amazing they are?
That's just the Arsenal fans.
Don't get me on field tilt.
Well, the media seem to rate them. Our XG's better, and we're playing with a seaside. Seaside. I don't mean south. Yeah, I don't mean south end. We're not even playing with our B team, basically. And they're 1 point ahead of us. Is that right? We're 3 points off top. Am I correct? I think
you are.
Well, not now.
We're 6 points off top. One behind.
Oh, that was before. That was before Liverpool played, right? So
yeah.
1 point behind a team who should be winning the league. Biggest bottle jobs. Biggest bottle jobs that the Premier League has ever seen, categorically and factual.
Yeah, 247 days they're atop, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine actually being on top for 247 days? Number one, you kill the bitch, and if she happened to survive it, well, use your imagination. But I don't want to hear it from any of their fans. Or I mean, it's great that they're doing the Arteta out stuff now. So we kept posting Arteta in, which I found really funny, and I would like that to trend. But I'm honestly, I'm so over them. I'm so over this rhetoric, the narrative that they are this and that, and they should be winning. I don't understand why. Did anyone watch All or Nothing? Would you guys run through a brick wall for that guy?
It's the light bulb one for me. And didn't he get a radio? Speakers for the game at Liverpool and played "You'll Never Walk Alone" in the training ground.
Yeah, that's what he did. He's so tacky.
He's such a David Brent.
He is, right? He's
can't be arsed with him. It's not real.
I want him to stay at Arsenal for as long as possible. They're not going to win the league under him. They can't because. So I'll give you. We've really gone off topic.
Because he said so.
No, it's not that. So when it comes to management, right? I'm going to get on my high horse now. But when it comes to management, what happens is you can build up your players, which he does, and he's good at building up his players. Unfortunately, the second they do something he doesn't like, he is a bit narcissistic. He'll drop them like a stone, and some of them don't even know what's going on. And the reason you know this is happening is because there are too many agents talking about this. For instance, Ramsdale, right? His dad has come out and he's like, we don't understand what's going on. And so when people see this, and remember Ramsdale does have mates in that squad, the lack of respect builds so quickly for this guy, and he will never get them pushing to 100% because of the way he is. And they do. A lot of them probably think that you are David Brent. At the beginning, when he probably gives his team talks and the light bulbs and whatever, it's probably quite entertaining and, he gets them G'd up. But after 5 or 6 times of him doing that, they can't be asked. You know what? They really can't be asked. They want to see belief in what he's telling them, and they haven't seen it. So, back to Bournemouth.
He moans like a little bitch as well.
He also defends Thomas Partey as well, to the hilt.
Yeah.
But I don't think even his national team are defending him right now, right?
Right.
No, he can't even go and see him. That's the issue.
Didn't he say as well, like, after all the things he's been through, making him out to be the victim?
Yeah.
As a TV
word for word, that is what he said.
Absolutely disgusting.
He is a generational arsehole, isn't he?
Yeah.
Which one, Partey or Arteta?
Take your pick.
They're two cheeks
If the
of the
shoe
same
fits,
arse,
right?
aren't they?
All right, so Hannah,
Lego head as well.
Hannah, over to you, mate. What did you think? We'll get to you in a minute. What did you think? Actually, no. Before we get to you,
No.
Josh, what did you make of it? Not of what Hannah did after the game. I mean, during the game.
I wasn't in the lobby.
No,
I didn't hear that bit.
you watched the game though, right?
Well, I was at work during the game, so I streamed it at points when I was able to. So I saw a bit part. I had it on the radio, so I was listening to what was going on, and it did sound like we were getting an absolute peppering from basically the moment we scored the first goal until we scored our second goal. It just sounded like we were getting an absolute finger blasting.
I want to talk about that in a bit.
Obviously, I'm only going by what I didn't. Like I said, I've not watched from minute to minute.
Maybe we can talk about it now. Look, we were right, and if you think about it, guys, I think someone said it on the group chat where it was like we're knackered, and it looked like we were knackered. And remember, we're not playing the full strength team. We've got barely any bodies out there, and we've been playing a lot of football and not being able to rotate, and players playing out of position. But
we're not Newcastle, so no one's talking about it.
Yeah, it's weird, right? How many have they lost on the bounce? Is it 5, 6? And they're getting thrashed most
But
times.
they're still getting the injury excuses. But I don't care what anyone says. Yes, they've probably had more injuries, but ours are in more important positions to more important players, if you know what I mean.
100%.
Like they've had Guimaraes and Joe Linton like most of this season. We've had Maddison out constantly. We've had Van der Ven out for forever. They're like probably like I said, our newest players, but they're probably our most important players as well for how we played in those first 10 games right up until they got bashed up.
Right, so all of you stat nonces listening to this, what you need to do is when you create your injury lists and your injury tables, what you need to do is have a column called influential injuries and then give a percentage to that, because I guarantee Spurs will be top of it.
Because they're saying like
Expected
Joe Willock
influence,
for Newcastle.
that's
When
what
the fuck does Joe Willock play?
He plays as much as Sessegnon, doesn't he?
Exactly. Like this, they probably had more injuries, but they're not as key, the players aren't as key to them as the ones that are injured for Tottenham are to Tottenham. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think we should actually look into it, like to create. Well, we won't. We haven't got time or the brain power, but someone should do it. Like
Johnny could. He seems to always come up with tables and charts.
Yeah, you just post them and can't find them again.
Oh, by the way, so talking about Johnny made a point where, because I was listening to the same feed, I was watching the same feed that he was, where we had, I can't remember who the actual commentator was, but it was Efan Ekoku. Efan Kuntu.
Oh, was this the Valise thing?
Yeah, but it was the whole game. He's so biased against Spurs. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's from his Wimbledon days, because Johnny was asking, like, what has this guy got against us? I think all of you are too young to even remember Wimbledon. There was a team called Wimbledon. Oh, you remember?
Vinnie Jones, wasn't it?
How do you remember that?
I don't remember it. I never watched it. I just know of it.
Yeah, because I was 15. You weren't born, so that's one. But yeah, he was unbelievable throughout the whole game. He was so excited when Bournemouth were having the play. He was sort of saying, whenever the injuries were mentioned, he was saying, well, every team has injuries. Look at so and so. I was like, come on, mate. You're talking about Spurs. You're commentating on Spurs against Bournemouth. He clearly has an agenda. I don't get it. There aren't enough Spurs players out there in the media. That's another thing that sort of gets my goat. I don't get that either. But if any of you understand why Efan Ekoku has such a hate towards Spurs, let us know at Hotspur Way Show on Twitter. DM Johnny as well, Muddy Backyard. Okay, and just let him know, because we don't know. I didn't Google it.
I've never heard of the fella until Johnny named him.
He was actually that he's like a top cunt.
He was actually an all right striker. He was all right, but it just pissed me off.
Yeah, it's out of order. He's a kid as well. Like, are you okay?
So, Hannah.
No.
You watched the game.
I was hanging out my arse when I watched the game.
And after the game,
No, this wasn't after the game.
Before.
What you're referring to.
Oh, this was before
the game.
Oh, that's why Bournemouth played so badly. So tell us what happened before the game.
No, I don't want to.
You have to, because if you want me to give a rendition, it'll be far
I'd
worse.
Add
than
his
yours.
own twist to it.
I will.
You did
Yeah.
that actually.
Because this will be the first time I hear it as well. So
this will be the first my mum hears of it as well. So I'd rather James said it.
buckle up, Sue.
Oh, no. The story's got to come from you.
It has to come from you. And do you know, Josh, you know what's weird? Is she said that she put this on the group chat. I have no recollection. What other Hotspur Way group chat are you on? I didn't see this post from you. I didn't see this message. And Josh didn't either. And Josh reads everything.
It's not even a story. It's not even a story.
So tell us what happened.
Thing that happened. It's not. Oh, fuck's sake. I went out on Saturday, had a lovely time, got a hotel, did the walk of shame in the morning, and the Bournemouth players happened to be in the same hotel and happened to be walking into the lobby at the same time and watched me do my walk of shame. There we go. There's my story.
Can you just walk us through this walk of shame, exactly what happened?
Like, what would you like me to say?
We need full hip action detail here, Hannah. Come on.
There's no full action details. I'm pretty sure I pulled a face. I'm pretty sure they pulled a face. I'm pretty sure they knew exactly what happened. And
you've just been plowed and railed into the bed.
No,
upstairs.
that's not what happened, actually. So, yeah. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate that. Wow. Fucking
Did you
guys.
limp through the...
She was hanging out of her ass because something was going into her ass.
Shut up.
Sue,
that's why Dominic Solanke was limping across the pitch.
I was actually really well behaved. So shut up.
he couldn't hit a barn door, could he?
No,
we know why.
Busy.
Yeah. Sue, we do love your offspring. We've not met the other one.
Okay, can I just say I was really well behaved? I need to like
you yourself
well behaved to you is using a condom.
Shut up, man.
Well behaved for Hannah is only
really
2 SDIs in the morning.
Shut up. Right. Anyway.
Double dunk those morning after pills.
I'm gonna fucking punch your face.
Does a line of them to be sure.
1 minute before you move on, Hannah.
No.
So no. This is a good thing. So we were wondering why, because we've got quite a few thousand listeners now, and we were wondering why we don't get any hate mail.
Yeah.
I think we've figured it out. Hannah, do you want to tell the world why we don't get? We would love your hate mail. Like honestly, I mean, we sent out Christmas messages personalised to every single person.
But there was one person that Twitter. They all wanted, wasn't there?
Yeah, that was interesting. And yet we don't get any. Like we just got one guy was like, "Oh, you could have removed the word fucking or something, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? Who is that? Can you tell me who it is?
James.
Which one? There's many of them. I mean, there's 2 just on this podcast.
What do we want?
It's the one without the Y.
I want to at him. I want to at him. Yeah. I want to at him.
We want a Twitter handle.
Yeah.
Well, funnily enough, James, his handle is very similar to yours, and it is James_Coys.
James_Coys, you're a cunt. Fuck off. Grow up.
Shut up, man.
Hannah was the one who said that you were a cunt, to be fair. We've got screenshots to prove it. But yeah, you're a cunt. So let's move on. And look, at the end of the day, we don't get any hate mail. So Hannah, why don't we get hate mail?
I think we just hate ourselves more than anyone could hate us, to be honest. Very self-deprecating. I don't think anyone could say anything as bad as what we say to each other.
But you know what?
I think people can relate to that, no?
Yeah, but I think most Spurs fans are like this. I think that's what gets us through it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is
long-suffering.
Yeah, there's loads of downs instead of ups.
We don't pretend to be in the know when we're not. We don't copy and paste. We just are
certain air hostesses.
Trolley dollies.
Who are you talking about, by the way, Hannah? Who are you referring to?
I didn't say shit. Don't you try and throw me under the bus.
It's part of the stairs. His name is part of the stairs.
And his first name rhymes with Porge.
Who? Hold on, I don't even know who you're talking about. Honestly,
that's fine.
Porge and Stairs. Porge and Stairs. So George.
It's an air hostess that pretends to be an ITK, basically.
George Stairs.
Oh my god!
I don't know who you're talking about.
Such a grand
guys. You know I'm old. Tell me who you're talking about. Come on.
No, we're not.
But we've got listeners now who are going. Oh, now I'm going to send you some hate mail. Tell us who you're. Who is it? George? Obviously, it's George.
George Ban. At George Ban. Double N.
Who?
Look for the guy with
That's the
sunglasses.
Oh my god, guys.
I don't know him.
Little trolley dog.
Honestly, I don't.
You're not missing out.
Is it at George Ban? I'm looking at him now.
Fuck's
At George Ban,
Sure.
but Ban with a double N.
Is it just one word, or is it?
He's got a really fucking
Oh my
odd-shaped
God.
head, isn't he?
Do you still type www dot when you search
Shut
on Google?
up. Oh, George Bannister.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't
Subtle
follow
as a
him.
fucking brick, honestly.
Christ.
I've never seen this guy's posts. I don't know who he is.
Don't worry. Basically, he just recycles shit and pretends it's his own.
Thing is, though, that's not one person doing that. That's a whole.
Oh no,
trend.
there's plenty. There's plenty that do
That's
it.
a whole trend. It's a toxin.
Oh, fucking
We will
hell.
never do that. By the way,
No,
we'll never
bollocks,
do
we
it
know fuck
because
all.
no, yeah, exactly. We don't know anything. Like,
We don't.
No,
We know as much
I
as
mean-
everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. It's just all we are. It's just I think this is why it's sort of being a bit successful. Is that what we like to do is rip off the fighting cock and just
Pull
a bunch of mates who take the piss out of each other, who don't mind other people taking the piss out of us, and we talk about Spurs and sex and adult stuff and whatever, and
What
And
could
that's
be
it.
better?
And Rome Total War.
Rome Total War, which one day I'll learn to play. But that's about it. Do you know what I mean? That's why it works. And yeah, if you don't like it, please send us in your hate mail. We'll read out the best ones.
I would actually love hate mail. Like
I'd
actual
love it.
official hate mail.
We would have I'd
Hook it to my
get the
veins when
team.
we get it.
Yeah.
I'd get the team to actually create something on the website, like hotspurway.com/hate. And yeah, we would have ratings and share it out. And
But I want them to know that they can literally write anything. That they can cunt shame and
of course.
all sorts.
Literally
yeah.
nothing is out of bounds.
yeah. So I mean,
Like our
Well,
group chat, but on steroids. That's what I want.
I don't think that's possible.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
No.
that's
So
hard to beat.
can we tell the listeners a little bit about our strategy?
I mean, why
moving forward?
not?
A little
So,
hint, you know.
Right. So
Sprinkling.
soon
Squirt.
when we ooh, let's start that again. Oh, I'll tell the listeners. So what happened like 40 minutes ago? We had this whole educational section on squirting, and it was really interesting. I told the guys that I
Have never made a girl squirt.
I just thought it was always pissing, and I deserve to live in a monastery, and that's the way it is, and I felt really old and stupid. But soon we're going to open up a WhatsApp community where a lot of you will be able, will be able to take part, you know, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It will be a lot of fun. Too much for some people. I mean, if you like The Simpsons, definitely too much for you. Other than that, I mean, what are you laughing at? Look, Family Guy's so much better. I mean, I don't. I mean, honestly, it is. If come on, let's be serious. If you were to say what Hotspur Way podcast is, what Family Guy or Simpsons? It's not Simpsons. It's for kids.
It's South Park.
It's Jack.
Oh yeah, yeah. It is South Park. I suppose it is. Yeah, but you know, they weren't part of the equation. The Family Guy's better.
Yeah, all right.
Right, let's talk about some ITK. It's not ITK. We just found this on the internet. SAR, new 6-year contract till 2030.
It's not ITK. It is legit. It is.
Yeah, it's actually legit. Yeah, it's not. It's not in the know. It's
No.
Actually fucking true.
It's PTK, past the know, right? So
Actually happened.
yeah, so some people say that he was on 10K a week, and depending
Oh,
on
no,
what
what
you
shame.
read, I
How did he
imagine that.
cope?
Yeah.
Oh,
Imagine how. Do
damn.
you remember how happy he was? Like even on 10K a week. So imagine now he's on 70 or 80K a week, depending on you.
He's gonna be shit now. He's secured the bag.
Oh, honestly, pain I would be in. Thousand.
But honestly, like, so if you watched the game, clearly half of the guys on the pod today haven't. But he was everywhere. He was absolutely everywhere. He was amazing in that game. As soon as he picked up the ball, by the way, did any of you tell that he was going to score? It was like quite obvious.
What I've
Yeah,
loved
he
about
has
his
the
goal,
aura.
I don't know if you've played like the older FIFAs, but it was like when he was running into the box, it was like someone was holding down sprint and frantically changing direction.
It was
Like,
exactly.
Yes.
the way he ran into the box was so frantic. Like,
Yeah, if I could get my fucking Roman soldiers to run as well. But yeah, what a baller he is, honestly, and we're going to miss him. In fact,
how old is he? 20, 21?
Yeah. Baby.
Yeah.
He's a kid.
Just a little boy.
Talking about ballers, what do you think of Lo Celso?
No, stop. I want to hear what JP has to say about Lo Celso.
Go on.
Come on.
Okay, he has one.
Just too soon.
It is a bit soon. I still think he still didn't have an amazing game on the whole. Like, he got an amazing assist, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah, that pass was...
Yeah, that was fucking sublime. But he couldn't do that again ever in his career. That's the thing. It's just like, he just doesn't have a consistent...
He is very one-footed. Like,
honestly, you may as well make him a fucking flamingo. Like, it doesn't matter. He'll play the same. He'll never use his right foot.
he was important for the first goal as well, to be fair. He got that tackle in, didn't he? That rolled the ball into Sar's path.
Skip could make a tackle, mate. I'm like, fucking hell.
Oh, I don't know. Skip's
That's
half
a
the
bit
reason we
gammon
lost
from me
against
there.
Brighton.
Shit.
Toj, can I ask you a question?
Cool,
So,
mate.
are you saying, because you said never, you used the word never, which shouldn't really use that word. I'm not saying you should never use it, but you should
Sorry, Dad.
use that. No, I'll tell you why. Do you believe that there's a chance that the reason he's getting better with each performance is that he's actually getting playing time and he's getting used to his teammates and he's starting to enjoy life? Or do you think that he's literally a one-trick pony and this is like a once-in-a-lifetime performance?
Nah, like, I wouldn't like he's playing better than he has been previously. A solid spell under Jose, but end of the day, you know, the proof is in the stats sometimes. He has less Premier League goals and assists than Lewis Dunk. And Lewis Dunk's a centre-back.
I know, mate, but how many minutes has he had compared to Lewis Dunk? You'll see it's
well, even if you extrapolate over the same amount of like games.
Oh, look at that big word.
Tory.
I know. I got my GCSEs.
Thinks he's Simon Jordan now, bringing all these big old words in it.
Oh, mate, don't let me go full Tory like that. Come on.
I love Simon Jordan.
I love him so much.
I think he's great, by the way.
He's the character.
Shout out Simon Jordan.
Yeah, he's got a soft spot for Spurs as well.
I've got a crush on him.
Because him and Daniel Levy are best mates. That's why.
They're not best mates. But
they're not best mates.
They are mates. They are mates. Yeah, they are. I mean, he's alluded to it loads of times on TalkSport. Like when Ange went on TalkSport the first time and they had that long interview, it was because Simon Jordan had spoken to Daniel Levy and they set it up.
You got it organised, yeah.
Yeah, and he said it. You know, it was out there. So look, my point is with any footballer, that when they start to show some promise, there is a chance, you're right, mate, there's a chance that he will hit a ceiling like now. This might be his ceiling and we'll never see anything better than this. But even no, mate, come on. But even this performance, I thought was all right. I thought he did really well. He shocked me. And
did he get man of the match or was it Udogie? I swear it was one of them two, wasn't it?
No,
I actually don't know.
I think.
Did he get man of the match? Well, two assists, he should have.
Yeah.
And then he got stuck in at the end, which was really funny. But it wasn't really his fault when he got stuck in. But yeah, so I just think that with time, like with Brennan Johnson, that's not Brendan Johnson like everyone wants to call him, Brennan Johnson, which James, you have to give him some time as well, mate. Okay, we're going to see him get better. He's 27.
That's fucking peak at your age, mate.
Who?
What?
He should be 27, Gio. That's like his prime. He should be getting double goals and assists. Not just.
No,
he's barely played though, really.
Yeah, he's barely played. Like he hasn't. Like for us, he's barely played. And I
think he's stepped up. I think you're being really harsh.
Yeah, he has stepped up.
I
Massively.
just don't think he's going to be anything more than a squad player. But he's a squad player that can be. That's how I see it.
But that's really.
I think for a £60
really
million player who's never really shone.
Money's irrelevant. Money's irrelevant, mate. He didn't choose the amount.
Oh no, of course.
That was a selling club, and the buying club agreed to it. It's nothing to do with him.
Oh,
you know,
no,
he could be £3.50 player, and it doesn't matter. It's nothing to do with him, honestly.
I mean, yeah, look at Vicario.
No,
Vicario is worth more than 17 million.
Yeah, I agree.
Right now,
No,
Vicario is
I
worth
get
10
that.
times that. To be honest with you, right? And
170 million.
Easily, yeah. Well, if you want to buy Vicario right now, why would Spurs sell him?
Priceless. Hands on my autistic king.
Yeah, I love him so much.
Is he autistic?
Oh, look at that. Have you seen the faces he pulls?
Definitely. But in the good way.
What, so we can take him to Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just think, look, when it comes to some players, like, for instance, let's talk about Reguilon, right? Do I think that Reguilon has hit his ceiling? 100%. Right? I think that where we saw his best matches for us, that was it. That was it. And, you know, it's just the beginning. We thought, okay, he's going to be really cool. But Manchester United sent him back today. I thought it was us that was asking for him back, but no, they sent him back. And do I think he's going to get any better? No. Do I think that he'll never ever get better? I can't say that. I don't know. But do I think Lo Celso is a better player? Yes. Obviously different position, but I think he's a far better player. I think the ceiling is much higher with him. And we just have to see how it goes. Look, one thing that Josh's mate Ali Gold said today was that it was Ange that said to him, listen, I don't want you to be sold. I want you to be in the squad because I believe in you. And that was all he needed, really. And then, you know, he did get injured. He played a bit, got injured. In pre-season, he was really good, if you remember.
Is this Lo Celso we're back on to?
Yeah. And so I just think give him some time and let's see how things go. And then from there, we'll just see how it goes. You know what I mean? There's nothing else we can say. And that's why I put in the running order that, you know, isn't it odd that when a player gets to run a games, he starts to perform? You know, funny that.
Well, yeah.
And it is what it is. So let's just see how he goes. Yeah, injuries. By the way, does anyone know what his injury is?
It looks like a hamstring strain, but I'm not a doctor.
It was funny that everyone was sort of, not everyone, but a lot of people were saying, oh, he did it when he did his goal celebration. And Ange put that one to bed. Did you see what Ange said in the press conference? Was
it something about running, mate? He said.
He goes, mate. Yeah, he runs a lot more than me and you. And he was yeah, it's nothing. No, he goes, it's a hamstring. It's not. You know, it's not what you think it is. You know, stop making stuff up. And Bentancur, Lolo's back.
Lolo's back.
Now, Josh, you dropped some ITK. I mean, obviously you copy and paste it off someone off the internet.
Yeah, I know. I mean, some people made a career out of it, so I thought I'd give it a go.
Yeah, but you just put it on our group, and then I had to I couldn't understand what the hell you were posting, and so I had to Google it. I still didn't understand, and it was like, yeah, I didn't expect to see it.
No one believed her. She was right.
Oh yeah, Melanie. Shout out Melanie, by the way.
Yeah, of course she's in the know.
She speaks
to the guy.
Yeah.
Funny that.
So a bit of ITK, which I've just stolen directly off the Fighting Cock, is that apparently Maddison might be back for the Manchester United game on the 14th of January.
Keep it in your pants, Hannah.
She's at
that chip shop.
Fishy now. Fucking hell, Hannah. Give it a watch.
Shut up.
Hannah's chippy is
your mum
open.
in the room?
And Hamstring Crispies is back too. He's going to be back soon as well.
Yay.
Hamstring Crispies?
Come on.
Yeah. Sessignon, who I don't know. Does he have a future?
Don't know anymore.
I don't know.
Not played.
No, but it's not even about not playing. Like there were sometimes when he was playing where you could see that I don't know if he has the heart or if weak mentality or I don't know what was going on.
Do you know what though? I don't want to make any judgment about players until I've seen them play under Ange now. That's where I'm at.
Oh, and
the things he's managed to extract from those players is.
Look, I still can't get a tune out of Eric Dyer, can he?
No. That's funny that. Oh dear.
It wasn't really, the goal wasn't his fault. I know that he came on and they scored.
Yeah, but it's funny. So every time he comes on, we concede. He might be nowhere near it.
Oh, I just feel so guilty saying it, but yeah.
Right, let's get through some questions. Nick Baker asks, aside from the players we are linked with so far, who else would you see as a good fit within Ange's style of play? Anyone from other Prem sides? Josh?
So people that we're not immediately linked with, like currently at the moment. So I saw a link yesterday. Like I like Hwang.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Very good player.
I do like. Don't get me wrong. I know he doesn't pile in goals at Wolves, but they're not that sort of side, are they? They're not going to score 4 or 5 here, there, and everywhere. But I reckon for us, he'd be great for us in my opinion. I love him as well. I've loved him for ages. It's just something about him. Something about Korean players I just love. When we is it Lee Young Pyo we had as our left back. I loved him and he was shit, but I just had a soft spot for him. But yeah, this Hwang Hee-chan, however order his name goes in, I would love to see him, but he's just signed a new contract, hasn't he? Which is
that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't honestly.
It just makes it more expensive, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's all it does. It just secures, a higher price. By the way, where does he play? Is he an out-and-out striker, or does he play on the left?
The front three.
He does, right? That's what I've seen him play on the right and on the left. I've not really seen him play in the centre.
No, I think this season he's played more, but he's not great.
All right.
I know they've dropped Cunha back, haven't they? They sold that Nunes mate, didn't they?
Yeah. So Craig from Llanfair, Paul Waglari, Gochlaran, Droblachlansiskochgoch asks, idea transfer window.
That was so sexy. Oh my god. Do it again.
Now say it all without spacing the words.
No, I didn't. I just read it off the running order. You saw it. I read what you guys have. Toj, ideal transfer window. Go on.
Are we talking about January or summer?
Yeah, January, yeah.
January. I think in terms of the specific players, it's a bit hard because I think we should be aiming for elite bracket players. And January's really hard for that. I think centre back is absolute priority. And it looks like that Dragoshin is on his way, according to the ITKs. So that's fucking sick. No Emerson comps, which is a shame, but we move. Yeah, I think it's essential. Centre back, that's priority. I think a central midfielder is going to be key as well. And I would like a forward or striker, but I think that's a position that we should just save for the summer, personally, and go for someone really stand out like a Nico Williams, rather than going from someone who's good but not elite.
Did you see
someone that could become elite, like we did with Son, sort of thing?
Sorry?
Like someone that can become elite, someone we can build up.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think for a forward and striker, they're so hard to sign in January, and so I think save the resources, and then piss it all on one end in the summer, and go for a Nico Williams, it would be perfect for Angeball. I think Jota would be a good loan signing, but not adapts to the league, and then if he does well, great, visit in the summer, but yeah, make a non-committal on that one. A bit of a beat and yeet for a forward this January.
Meet, beat, delete.
Exactly.
All right.
That's the way I like
Guys, so I've got a question. Do you think that we can win the league if we sign, let's say, 3 very good players who can fit right now? Let's say we had all of our players fit. So let's not say 3, but 2 players that would slot in even with all of our players fit. And the reason I ask this question, and this is the leading part, which a lot of podcasts like to do, is the fact that City don't know what they're doing. Arsenal are the biggest bottle jobs. Liverpool don't look great. I know they're winning, and maybe that means that they're going to look great soon, and they'll run away with the league. If it's not us, then I don't think it's going to be City or Arsenal. I think it will be Liverpool. But do you guys think there's a chance of us winning the league? Let's put some more context on that. Let's look at the players that are coming back. Okay, so imagine a team where we've got our beautiful fullbacks. We've got at the back Van der Ven, Romero, Vicario in goal, obviously.
Quick question: would you say Van der Ven is like the most perfect looking person of all time?
I was carved by angels.
Like he's so clean.
But he's got a bit of a baby face. I mean,
he's like he's been chiseled.
He has.
It's too old for her, though.
How old is he? He's 22, isn't he?
Yeah.
What's a little boy?
He's not a little boy. He's a big boy.
He is a big boy.
Big DE.
Yes, carry on. Sorry, James.
It's all right. So then we have, in midfield, what do we have? We've got Biss. So any choice of what? Biss, Bentancur and Sarr. Maddison. On the right, Kulusevski. Up front, Richarlison. And then Son on the left. Now imagine if we go out and we bring another centre-back in, the Dragusin guy, who, I think it was Spurs Angela on Twitter. It was a great post where she said that he looks like... Oh, fuck, who was it? This is really stupid. Oh, Vicario and Gareth Bale's love child, which I found fucking hilarious. He does. He looks like both of them, which is weird in a strange way. So if we sign him where he can slot in straight away, like, I've never seen the guy play. I have no idea how good he is. I hadn't heard of him until 3 days ago. I mean, I'd heard of someone who sounded remotely familiar to that name about a week ago. That's because everyone on podcasts was saying it wrong. Now we know it's pronounced as Dragusin. So I didn't know who he was. But if Ange wants him and they're going all out for him and it looks like it's going to be done, then imagine we sign him. We then go and sign a left winger. Don't ask who. I don't know. I'm not a pro on who we should sign, but someone who can fit right in on the left. So whenever Son is a bit tired or whatever, this guy comes in and is a wing wizard. And we go and sign, say, Nico Williams, who again I've never seen play, but everyone seems to love him, right? Everyone's a football manager nonce. So let's just say we sign him as well. And if Arsenal continue their bottling job and City, just doing what they're doing, and Liverpool, if they carry on the way they are, we could win the league.
You say that. I refuse to believe that if all our players weren't injured, we wouldn't be top now.
Yeah,
because look at the teams. Look at the teams we dropped points against. It's Wolves, Villa, West Ham. That's 9 points we should have instantly. Because if we had our full strength squad, I don't believe we would have lost those 3 games.
Agreed.
We would have gone on to win them. So that's 9 points now. So we're already 3 points ahead of Liverpool. The Chelsea game, I reckon we would have won because, we had 9 men on them and we were still better than them. So so that's 6 points. But then, obviously, the Brighton game, we were crap. I don't even think, even if we had a full strength squad, I reckon we still would have been. It was just an off day, wasn't it?
No, but it was an off day because we didn't have a squad and we had players who were playing constantly without being rotated. So if you take that variable into it, then there's a chance.
But at the same time, them same players then played a few days later against Bournemouth and won 3-1. So
I know, but sometimes you need a rocket sent up. You need a rocket sent up your arse, don't you? Sometimes when you perform like that. So
yeah, the run we were on, there's absolutely no reason why we wouldn't be top.
Yeah, so. Look, there's a chance. There's a chance we can actually.
I had no expectation to go and win the league this season. Not a chance. This season to me was just a free hit. But where we could have been if it wasn't for injuries and suspensions is on. It does make me feel a bit sick.
Where 100%.
We could be right now. The way everything is panned out. The way how all the other sides around us are playing. Well, they're not playing great. Liverpool, they've only lost 1 game, which was to us. They probably shouldn't have lost it because obviously the referees fucked up that game, didn't they? And then we've been paying for it ever since. But I still believe if Van der Ven, Maddison, Romero, Udogie, etc. had been available throughout the entire season, we would be sitting top right now.
So, Hannah, I'm going to put you on the spot. Did you see the press conference with Ange after the game?
No. What the actual press conference?
Oh, did you read anything about it? There was one thing that he said, which I went, oh, didn't you guys know what I'm talking about? About the points where we are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that wasn't a press conference, though.
Wasn't it?
That was an interview, no?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it was after the game. Sorry,
it's
post-match press conference. Right, cubicle. So he, whenever the players are interviewed, and whenever he's interviewed about this, where do you think you're going to finish? And he goes, high as possible, our floor is our ceiling, or whatever he says. And he comes out with these sound bites when it comes to what the goals are, right? And all the players follow suit. But then he let his guard down when he had to correct the journalist and say, no, we're just 3 points off the top.
Listen, that man has a twinkle in his eye. He knows what's up.
Of course he does.
Oh, yeah.
He knows exactly what's up. And I've got a feeling that he's said to the players, guys, we've got this chance.
Mm-hmm.
Up your game. And he probably said this to them after the Brighton game. Up it. Fucking what are you doing? Yeah. And that was so interesting when he said that. It was like, ooh.
It gives you a little bit of an insight as to how he's communicating with those players as well. Like, these players aren't being told to not worry about winning it. They're not being told just to aim for top 4. They're not being told that anymore. And we're seeing that. And that's why if we did have that fully fit squad, absolutely we'd be top. We'd be smashing it. Exactly. Smashing the granny out of Arsenal, I can tell you that now.
Smashing Granny's arse.
That's just you.
and my granddad's apparently, right? So
I'd snort your granddad's ashes.
If I find them, I'll send them over. God knows I don't need to send you a mic. You got the best one. So one more question, Hannah. This is for you.
No.
This is Patrick from Cambridge. all of you had these questions. Just they were on the running order. It's just the first one wasn't. Who in the squad would you allow to date, marry, procreate with your sister? If you don't have a sister, your mum. And it can't be Sonny, he's too nice.
Or Valise.
Okay.
Pick me, Hannah.
I
like your sister.
No, I'm gonna go. Right, leave my sister alone, Toj. I'm telling you now.
Which one?
Right, I have 2 sisters. Right, I have an older sister and a younger sister. Okay. My
who would you let have each?
sister,
I think that adds to it.
No, we're not doing that. I think my younger sister. So my younger sister's got a touch of autism, right? So I'm thinking her and Vicario would make a beautiful couple. So
not a beautiful child though.
Hannah's family, nothing
so
beautiful comes
mean.
out of that. So
have you seen me? Thank you. Yeah. So I'm going to say Vicario and my baby sister Livy. You could procreate. I'd allow it.
Is she a Liverpool fan?
No, my little sister doesn't even like football.
Yeah,
No.
you have to work on her. If you say she's a bit, do you say she's autistic a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be harder to embed that in her then.
That gene is very strong in my family, in case you haven't realised.
Autism is just it's just a steroided stubbornness, isn't it? Really.
Kind of, yeah. Just see the world a little bit differently. I mean, you'd know, Josh.
Yes.
I think we've got to save that for the Other Way pod, along with squirting.
I'm so excited.
That's very different things. Talk about autistic family members, and then you follow up with squirting.
Squirtism. There you go.
My sister. My God. Right.
My brother's autistic as well. Shout out.
Does he squirt?
I do not know. He has just turned 18, so he probably does.
Burnley this Friday, guys. Home FA Cup. Any of you going?
Well, I was supposed to be going, but I think there's a problem with tickets at the moment. You can't get any on the exchange. And, yeah, they're not releasing any, so not really sure. But, yeah, probably.
Is this the one you were taking Louis to?
Yes. Why?
And
oh no, I remember you mentioning you're going to take him to a game. I can't remember which one you said it was.
That's what I was planning on, but I don't know what's going on with tickets. But yeah, so.
When do we know when they're available?
I don't know. We're going to check again tomorrow, but there seems to be a problem with them. So if anyone knows, please message me and tell me what the fuck is going on.
Twitter. Everyone talks to you.
She'll only reply if you send her a dick pic. That's the rule.
Yeah, that's her charge.
Send that first.
That's her going rate.
But at least try with the angles. And maybe
Josh?
give it a little wash.
Yes.
Are you going? Of course not. Stupid question. Toj, are you going?
When was the last one you went to?
Neither of you are going.
I went ages ago. Why aren't you going? What's going on?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, we need someone.
I'm working Friday, so I can't go anyway.
Ugh.
What do you think? What do you make of the game? I was going to say, do you think he's going to play the kids? But who? I mean, he's going to. Who's going to replace?
I want to see Donnelly and Dorrington.
Oh,
Has Dorrington made? Has he played yet for us?
I don't think so. I don't think he's even come on.
Phillips, a bit of a weird one. So depending on who you listen to, who watches some of the under-21 games, they say he's really not ready. and Dorrington is further along than him.
I'm just going to believe
Have you seen this? I think I asked the other day. Have you seen the size of Phillips?
If Andre the Giant was around, I wouldn't put him in the team. His size has nothing to do with it.
No, I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I didn't how tall he was.
We need to preach this.
Yeah, size.
No, that's true. That is true.
Thank you for putting it out there, guys.
Back it out, Hannah.
You're welcome, Josh.
Change woman.
I don't want to go that far. Look, it's I don't know. I mean, what is the team? And then when do we play next? Actually, I've got this here. So let's see. We're playing on the 5th of January. Then there's a bit of a break. 14th. So he could play a full strength team if he wanted to.
He should play.
What I'm hoping is for the Burnley game, if Maddison and Van der Ven are close, is perhaps give them some minutes just to get a bit of match fitness in them, even if it's like bring them on for like the last 10, 20 minutes or something, just to, instead of obviously, because we've got United next after that, I'd rather them get a bit of match fitness instead of just launching them in at Old Trafford and hoping for the best, if you know what I mean.
But I feel like 14th of Jan is still quite early for what we were told in the first place.
No, but I'm so desperate.
Yeah, but what were we told?
Gagging.
But what were we told about Bentancur? Wasn't it February we were told?
Yeah.
So our club's lying to us.
He was decent as well.
And is lying. He was decent, wasn't he? Did you see what he did to Sarr when he lifted his head up? That was great. Yeah. What a person to have in the squad.
I love him so much.
Yeah, because he's one of these people that you can just depend on and that people respect. And you're like, he says something and you listen to it. Do you know what I mean? And then you see him perform as well on the pitch the way he does. I can't wait for him to be fully fit.
And what I love as well, rival fans don't rate him. They don't see him the way we see him because we know what he can do. To everyone else, he's just a bang average midfielder. But no, that's Højbjerg. Bentancur is a different kettle of fish altogether.
I think as Spurs fans, we're pretty cool with people thinking that about our players. Fine if you think they're shit. Like I'm happy
Arsenal
with the
fans.
Underdog. Yeah, God, yeah. I'm
Heaven
happy
forbid
with that.
you say any of their players aren't world class.
Fucking hell. Shoot me in the head.
They will come for you. And not in the way you want them to, Hannah, either.
I don't want any Arsenal fans to come for me in any direction.
You had a Martinelli lookalike, so, halfway there.
No, don't, because you might listen.
To be fair, Hannah, you do keep on coming for that Rory talk shite.
But listen, we can get in the ring if he wants. Like, I don't really care.
He winds me up. Out of all the people that day that were you were the only one he replied to.
Wonder why that is.
He's a horny boy, is that Rory, I tell you.
So Burnley on Friday.
Sorry.
It's all right. I'm just sat here waiting for you lot to finish. What are we doing? I mean, if we take a look at the team, again, there's that mini break, and then we play on the 14th. Then after that, we play on the 31st. There's 3 games. Oh, by the way, do you know what really pisses me off? It shouldn't, but it pisses me off when a lot of the pundits, and what I'm talking about, Sky Sports, TNT, they've all said, what I'm about to say now, they have all said this. Sky Sports, TNT, and TalkSport say it all the time, and this is the exact line. What are Spurs going to do with all their injuries, and now they've got AFCON and the Asia Games coming up? Who are they going to play? Who are they going to put out on the pitch in January? None of them have taken a look at the fixture list.
No.
They haven't. They just come out with this narrative, and they think that everyone,
Because we've only got 2 league games, haven't we? One of them's United, the other one's Brentford, and Brentford is shit.
Yep.
Is Ivan Toney back for it? Is Ivan Toney back for that game though?
I have no idea.
He was supposed to be back in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to be back.
He'll be back, but then getting more dicks than Hannah has recently.
I don't think it's
let's
possible.
not go overboard.
So I think.
Is it his ban that's over now, or is he just able to be? People just allowed to sign him now?
What, you're allowed to sign him?
A 1-year ban. He's allowed to play.
He was back training
it's just
in
a case of
September.
will he actually be ready?
He will be a rusty boy.
Not worried about that at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him at Spurs anyway. He's such an Arsenal player, by the way. That attitude, the way he is, fucking just go there.
Yeah.
He's
I'd love it.
Social media player, isn't he? And Arsenal would love a social media.
And I'd love it if Arsenal spend 80 million on him and then financial fair play comes knocking. I'd love it, absolutely love it, because it's sooner or later it has to, right, with them. Look, I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win quite comfortably, and I've got a feeling that Ange will play a strong side. The reason why is there was quite a bit of a backlash after the League Cup when we drew to Fulham and went out on penalties, and I've got a feeling that he doesn't want that to happen again, and he wants to keep this momentum going, because it's again like after that it's 9 days until the next game, so just play a full strength team. There's a few little points I want to make, by the way. So there's a lot of people on Twitter, and it's not just Spurs fans, where they seem to want to see a player play even though they've never seen him play. And they only want him to play because they've never seen him play, and so it's the unknown, right? So Ashley Phillips. And the way that, I spoke to some mates about this. So you go to a mechanic, a really experienced mechanic, and you take a car to him, and he says, well, listen, it looks all right on the outside, but you've got a real big issue with the engine. Like your turbo's gone. I mean, maybe you'll get a few miles out of it, and then when you put your foot down, the engine will blow. And you go, no, but I like the look of it. Yeah, but it's not. I'm telling you now that I work with cars all the time, and I can see it, and I've inspected it, and I'm telling you now that it's. Yeah, but no, I want it. No, it's all right. It looks all right. For me, it's exactly the same thing that's happening. Like everyone wants Ashley Phillips to play, and they want Dorrington, and they want Donnelly to play, and you know what, Ange and his team, they're with him every day. Do you know what I mean? And then honestly, don't you think that if they were good enough, they would play? He doesn't care about age. Look at Sarr, and look at the other players. Even Veliz, right? Why is he bringing on Veliz, an 18-year-old virgin, when he's not playing Donnelly and the others? There must be a reason. It's not because he doesn't like them. It's because they're just not there yet. You know, he sees something that he just goes, no, they're just not there yet. You know, I'm the experienced guy. You pay me a few million to do this job. Let me do it. And so, fuck off.
Anyway, I know Josh isn't in that camp.
What to do?
But yeah.
What, the Virgin camp?
I know. I think I'm.
No, I know. I think you just get excited, don't you, knowing that those players are there, and you do want to see them play, especially because our defence was decimated. But yeah, I can't claim to know more than Ange in that respect.
I know. Look, we're all fans. We're all act a bit stupid. It's like when everyone was saying, "Who was the player? It was a centre back. It was Van der Ven and what was his name?
Tapsoba?
Oh yeah, Tapsoba.
Oh, when we're signing player. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was like every person had become this stat nonce, and they had become this scouting genius because they wanted him instead of Van der Ven. And it was like, well, I mean, even on the pod before any of you joined, it was like I went onto some of these stat sites, and yeah, he looked like the better player. But the truth is, I'd never seen any of them play, and so I remember saying at the time, look, if the manager wants this one, then we can get him. Let's get him.
So I'd heard of Tapsoba, but I never heard of Van der Ven. And then the first time I saw him play, obviously I saw that one clip of him at Wolfsburg when he's sprinting from the halfway line. That's the only clip anyone ever saw. But the first game I saw him in was that, who was it we played? Brentford. He looked good in that. Vicario scared the shit out of me in that game. I thought, what the fuck have we done here? And then when we played Man United, Van der Ven was just... That's when you got a proper look at him, and it was...
Wow, right?
Finally, we don't have to have Romero babysitting the entire back four, finally.
But I think we all did that with Vicario as well, right? Well, I don't know if all of us. I did.
I shat myself against Brentford because he was off his head. I don't know what was going on.
I'll happily own that, though. Like, I was so nervous about Vicario. I was one of those. I didn't have any faith in that at all. But now I'm eating my words. Happy about it.
Can I give you a bit of dad advice to all of you, right? Aww. So, bit of a chubby now. What you have to think about is, so it's happened to me, right? Hired. I don't do it anymore. I don't really hire people because someone says they're a hot shot. I hire them because I don't give a shit about CV. I hire them because of
they're female.
If they're female and if they've got, if they put out during the interview.
Thanks. I'm looking for a new job, right?
And so, look, what it is at the end of the day, if I hire someone, let's just say a copyright, right? so me and Hannah were talking about copywriters earlier. So I hire a copywriter, and they've done a test and they've aced the test. But then what they do is they've come from, let's say, either a different agency or they're a freelancer, and they've come into my company, JPay, and the way that we do things is very different to everyone else. Like, I think Hannah sort of understands. We do things very, very differently. And sometimes it takes them a few months to adjust to the tempo and how we want things done. And then you get to see them writing like the wind, and you see their creativity come out. Because at the beginning, they're trying sometimes too hard to impress, and they start to make mistakes, or they procrastinate because they don't want to make the mistakes. And the same is, guess what, with footballers, because they're human beings at the end of the day, and especially one that comes from a different country. And he's new to London, he's new to his teammates, he's new to absolutely everything. He's never heard, for instance, the jibes that he's getting from the away fans. So at Brentford, he must have been going, what the fuck are they talking about? And that plays on your mind. God knows what they were saying to him to put him off, you know. And no matter how much you try and focus, you don't really know what's going on. And so just give these guys time. That's what I'm going to say. Sometimes if they're there for ages and they're just absolute shit, or sometimes they're not shit, but then but they hit a ceiling like
oh yeah.
But they
Thank you.
Yeah, right. So they hit a certain ceiling or wall, like Horbier and like Dyer, and then that's it for them. Like even Lloris, right? It was great to see him at half time, and you know his speech was great, but you know your time's come, and now it is time to move on. And you know we thank you for your time, but sometimes you just have to give these guys time, and that's what I'm going to say. Like especially if they're from a different country, they don't know the culture, they don't know their teammates, they don't really know anything. And so you're then expecting what? You're expecting... They're not Hollywood stars where they've read the script and understand what they're going to do. They're human beings. And so just give them some time. And that's why when everyone went mad about Vicario, I sat back and laughed. And I thought, okay, let's give him time. And that's what you have to do with every player. I sort of say this quite a bit. But even with Brennan Johnson, just give the kid time. He's showing glimpses of what he can do. And let's see how he does. So, Burnley... predictions.
I feel like we keep coming back to Burnley.
Yeah.
We keep going off on a tangent.
Hannah, what do you think?
I want to think that Andrew's had a word about conceding unnecessarily. So I'm going to go with 2-0 win for us. I don't like the silence.
No, there's a what's it called? A bin truck outside, and he's making a lot of noise, and it's very annoying.
Is that Hannah's opinions?
I agree with you mostly. That says a hell of a lot. I was about to ask if Jurgen Klopp was outside your house.
Yeah, that's a bin fire, mate. So, Toj, what do you think, mate?
I think it'll be a fairly straightforward win. I like to see one or two youth players integrated. I feel someone will get their first goal. I feel like a 4-0 or something. Maybe a 4-1 they'll score first, but 4-0.
All right, and Josh?
I agree with James personally. I reckon Burnley will be more interested on trying to stay in the league, even though they're probably dead and buried. But I reckon this FA Cup's going to be a bit of a distraction they don't really need. So they'll just end up chucking out a bunch of kids. So I'm hoping, 3-4-0, I reckon.
All right, with me, I think that it's going to be... I was going to say 3-2, but I don't want to give Hannah the satisfaction. So I think it's going to be 3-0. I also think that what's going to happen is it'll be silly for Company to play a full-strength team, especially if they're fighting relegation. Actually, I don't know. Let's check what their fixtures are before we make some mistakes.
Should have had all this written down.
Burnley, shut up.
No, we don't do that.
We don't, no. So Burnley fixtures...
We don't prep.
Nope.
I did loads of prep for this one. Did you see the size of the... Did you see the size of... What's it called?
I know. I was shocked. Shocked and appalled, actually.
Shocked and appalled.
Gave us loads of work to do.
In there. I don't mind like one scroll, but having to constantly scroll down my screen reading it.
I don't normally mind a lot to take in, but...
All right, so they have... All right, They've actually got the same fixtures as us, so they play on Friday the 15th, so Monday the 15th, and then 31st. But even so, is he going to play a full-strength team, or is he going to just say to them, guys, listen, just have a rest? They really put themselves out against Villa. I don't know. I'd say 3-0.
Okay.
And we're waiting for... Johnny. 3-0, beat those fuckers.
You got to say it in his accent, please.
I can't. Yeah. I can't do that. I can't do an American accent. Can you do it? Can you do it as a Lois impression?
No, I absolutely can't. I don't think I
can. You can. You did it the other day.
I can only say one thing in a Lois voice, and I've got a cold.
You can try the others. Yeah, that makes it even easier.
I can't. I literally can't. Guys, consent.
Yeah, whatever.
Consent is sexy.
Boring. Loser.
We've got some more questions. Some more questions. Richard from Richard from Lewisham. Should we go all out and play our strongest possible team in the FA Cup, or risk playing all the kids and try to rest the first team players? No. With us being so close to top 4, do we risk more? Who's wanking?
Oh, that's my dog. Literally sat right in front of me, scratching.
Your dog
his ear.
wanking you?
Oh. No, he's not wanking. He is scratching his ear, and he has not stopped. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Is he a mastiff?
You can tell us the truth.
He is a Great Dane.
Oh, it's a Mastiff. Great Danes are Mastiffs. So get it right. With us being
ladies,
so close to top 4, do we risk more injuries that could cost us Champions League, or keep going in hope of a cup win?
Put the full strength squad out, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I mean, they're paid to play, so let's just do it. Philip from Bedfordshire asks, what's his name? Ajax. Clever. Do you know Do you know the history of Ajax?
I know, as in from the one from Troy.
Well, he's in the Iliad.
The
Iliad, yeah.
No, I just know him as a character from the film Troy.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, I know. But yeah, we can do this over another time if you want to do a history lesson. We can speak about Rome Total War at the same time while
True.
James messages.
I want no
right. So Phil from Bedfordshire, if he hadn't been held back, do you think the fight I'm reading it as it is. Do you think the fight have gone between Big Ange and the coach from the Bournemouth dugout?
Oh, Ange fucking splattered him.
Ange would have snapped every one of them in two.
He saw the red mist, didn't he? Like we spoke about it earlier, where Mason went to pull him back, and he goes, "Get your fucking hands off me."
However, we did have Big BJ breaking it up. So
do you see his little face as well?
Oh, I know.
He definitely has got his teeth done at Turkey.
He's like a CBeebies character. He's so cute. I love him.
He looks like AI.
Oh, don't.
He's got such an AI face. His teeth are so bright as well, bless him.
Yeah, but we had also Lo Celso. He ran over.
Lo Celso just loves it though, doesn't he?
No, but he apparently he didn't go in there to cause any havoc. He literally went over to just say, "Listen, we just care for the kid." He went to actually break it up. It was.
Did he say those words though?
I don't think.
Did he?
I don't know. I'm just copying and pasting what Andy Gold says.
Who was it we played recently? And Lo Celso just walked into someone. It was at the end of the game, and he just purposely brushed his shoulder against him, but forcefully.
Wasn't it Haaland?
Was it? I swear it. Yeah, it was Haaland. Yeah, it was. You're right. Yeah. And then Haaland lost his shit.
Yeah, but
he done it to, was it Pedro against Brighton as well?
Yeah,
that was really funny.
I think that's the South American, Brazilian on Argentinian thing, isn't it?
Yeah. If you also believe what you read, it's because Pedro was winding up with Richarlison saying, "I'm going to take your number 9 off you," or whatever.
Oh, was he?
So yeah, well, I don't know if it's true, but then Lo Celso thought, "Right, fuck you, I'm going to go for you," and he went for him. That's why I'm beginning to. I love this kind of stuff. It's what I'm like, and I want my team to be like that as well. At work, I don't know. I respect this kind of stuff. Walter from Buckhurst Hill asks, Toj's view. Levy says you could have any player in January you want as long as he can treat you to a warm golden shower. Oh, it's in line with our group chat. Who do you ask for after the 37-degree piss washes over your head?
Very vivid.
There doesn't have to be a player on the end of that.
I have to say, before he answers this, right, we've had so many questions this week.
It's because
what is happening?
So I can
guys?
tell you what I can tell you. So I think it's your input definitely. I believe that due to the Twitter following growing and the algorithm sort of kicking in now, we're not at 1,000 followers yet. So please, let's get to 1,000 soon. The listeners and the downloads jumped double since the last show, which was weird. So maybe this has something to do with it.
Who was fapping then?
That was me fapping.
She can't. We all know she can't fap.
He's my Christmas present.
You want to talk about that? You really want to talk about that on a podcast?
I can post it on Twitter if you want.
Well, just don't tell my wife. And so Toj, I'm not going to read it out again.
Yes.
Who's going to piss on your head?
Oh, I've got a question.
Well, Daniel Levy's doing the pissing, isn't he? You just got to choose to buy.
Oh, sorry, I got carried away there.
But he's got to completely finish. And he's getting on a bit. He's 60, so, it's stop-start.
There's going to be a bit of blood in there as well.
Just like the squirting.
Just like the squirting, yeah. It's stop-start. He's had a pint of Evian before he's ready to go.
I reckon he's a bit cheesy.
Joshua!
How is that crossing the line?
This is now a Saltburn advert.
Watch Saltburn, great film.
Wow. Right, come on, Toj.
Yeah, he's just...
Any player in January.
Any player.
Before we get to the player, because I know what you look like, right? So anyone can see
gorgeous, isn't he?
He is fucking gorgeous. Go to hotspurway.com/us and you can see what he looks like.
Stunner.
In fact, we've actually got quite a fit squad.
We have the fittest squad.
We do, yeah. Right. Anyway, so because you've got a beautiful beard, when he's pissing in your face, do you look up and squint? I mean, how are you doing this? Your hands have to be down your sides. You can't.
Any advice?
Your hands are tied.
Go on, Hannah. You've got experience. Tell us how you do.
You got to make eye contact.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm not breaking eye contact. It's going to be intense.
No, you have to break it just to build
Saltburn
it back up again.
on a whole new level. Really? You want to keep your eyes open for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember
It's
the
survival
pissing
of the
scene?
Come on, go home, mate.
The pissing scene in the In-Betweeners is going to be
It's
a bit
all or
like
nothing.
Exactly.
Come on.
Sponsor us, Amazon. Right, so who's your player then? Well, imagine. So just before he asks you, it's like this.
Oh my god!
There's a few
You
more.
let him answer.
Hang on, wait, James, are you edging
Have I got time to
him?
get
I am. I'm picturing it right now, and it's wow. Listen, guys, my in-laws are here. We've spoken about this. I'm not going to repeat it on a podcast. So, and then you look up, and it's like, and he just leans down because there's a little bit on your beard, and he just flicks it away, and then you look into his eyes,
That's
and
so
you tell him
romantic.
Save it
what
for
player.
later. There's a midnight snack.
The midnight snack is his prostate exam. But let's just tell us about the player.
Can you wring your beard out as well?
I'll wring it into a cup and do a shot.
Yes.
So
Or into like a little freezer ice cube tray and save it for that.
Oh, you know what? I could freeze it, dehydrate it, and then do a lime. Even better.
Oh, snorting Levy's piss, his ammonia.
I've had worse Fridays.
Oh god. I haven't.
Not yet.
Come on then.
Anyway, player. I'll check. I would go Nico Williams, Atletico. I just feel he would be just a complete game changer for our attack. Get him, sign him. Bald cunt. I'm on my knees. Flies down, fly abroad, get it done.
Locked eyes.
Drench me,
On the
baby.
prize.
All right. So just before we go, Hannah has an announcement to make.
She's pregnant.
Don't be stupid.
Everything's positive for this time.
You know what? You know what's funny? I guarantee she's forgotten what the announcement is.
It's okay. No, it's the thing we talked about earlier, isn't it? Right. So, we all lovingly refer to each other as slags, right? We're all on the same page on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as our following is growing and our listeners are growing, we are going to lovingly refer to you guys as our slags, as one big slag family. Are we cool with that?
We are, apart from James Coys on Twitter, where we can just call him our cunt.
Aww, our cunt.
Our cunt. Our cute little
Does
cunt.
that mean when we eventually get Jess Isaac, we'll have to make sure she's okay being called a slag?
No, I wouldn't ask her
Not
first.
optional.
I would just do it.
Just call her one.
It's not
Yeah.
optional. Yeah.
I would apologise on behalf of everyone.
I didn't get a choice, nor did I get an apology. So fuck you. Everyone gets the same treatment.
Me and Toj are like in love.
Right, so we're going to make it so
my
it's
God.
just me and Jess
So
on the
bad.
pod for that reason.
Oh no.
I would listen to the pod every week on repeat.
Jess would
I will.
definitely pod with me. I don't know about you guys.
Her voice is just it's velvet.
I would do
It's Golden Shower
things.
personified, isn't it?
It is.
That's
I
like.
think that should be the.
That's like.
I think that should be the title.
Golden shower.
The Golden Shower. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Can we think of
Well,
anything else?
how far are we into it? We've not come up with a name yet.
80 minutes. 81 minutes.
No, we can...
Christ.
I know.
I
I was
mean-
about to kick in.
There has been a lot of squirting and golden shower talk, so I think it's apt.
Oh,
Worth a squirt.
Yeah.
Worth a squirt.
Worth a Squirt is actually a good title.
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's why we
We'll
should
do
put our
that.
full team out. Full strength team. Worth a squirt, baby.
Worth a Squirt. All right, Hannah, say goodbye.
Love you, bye.
Toj.
Love you all, my precious little slags.
Josh.
Adios, amigos.
I'll say goodbye on behalf of Johnny. Oh, you can fuck that up as well. Yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. Love you loads. Bye.